It's on now.
So just hold it.
Yeah.
Okay, I can do it.
I think we've got one of the most there's someone else who's interested in
Okay.
We did a really small demo when
Good afternoon. Hello? As we've seen in Birmingham, in Sussex, and in London, universities are increasingly colluding and complicit in cracking down in a draconian and repressive fashion on legitimate and important student and staff dissent concerning the rampant privatization policy at these and many other universities around the country. I was present at the University of Birmingham occupation while it was going on some 2 weeks ago while attending the national campaign against fees and cuts. In an impromptu demo to Birmingham University's BC's David Eastwood's opulent and grace-in-favor mansion, Birmingham University security cops were present and began to accuse peaceful and nonviolent student activists who were there to create a dialogue with Eastwood, who has, during that occupation, ignored all of their requests. And we were accused of actually being no different by the university cops from the EDL or any other armed mob. We were compared to an armed mob. Quite ridiculous. It is a sad day in higher education when students who use critical thinking and other skills taught at university to be equated with mass thuggery of the EDL, simply because they question and are fundamentally opposed to the mass neoliberalization of higher education tuition fee increases, which many of the BCs want to increase from £9,000 currently to £16,000 and even £20,000, among other issues. As international students, many home and EU students are unaware that we are required to register with the police upon arrival in the UK. If we move residence, we must re-register again with the police. As a dual American and Iranian passport holder, I can assure you that in both countries, despite their less than stellar human rights situation, no international students are required to register with the police. Additionally, as we have seen over the past summer with the UKBA racist van incident, and now most recently with the fingerprinting of international students at Sunderland University and University of Ulster, universities seem to be colluding and complicit with the racist and xenophobic UKBA surveillance on campus. Effectively, the increased policing of international students without international students themselves knowing their rights in this country create a two-tier policy of higher education whereby international students are viewed as cash cows to be used and disposed of when we are no longer deemed profitable or docile enough to accept these xenophobic and racist manner of higher education in this country. At the University of Leeds, my campaign, Justice4Sanaz, has had our fair share of run-ins with university security, where we've been followed, watched, have been told not to use our megaphone, and generally the university security has created an intimidating environment for dissent on campus. At one of our demos, we had 5 campus cops trailing us along with the head of security, who is actually here today, who's been walking around. And it's really shocking to see how a university will go so far to stifle dissent and protest on campus. And by the way, I like to mention that in our demonstrations, we might have 3 or 4 of us. So like having 5 or 6 cops on us is just ridiculous. In the U.S., in a recent piece on Alternet, it was mentioned that campus police are increasingly becoming militarized, with universities buying armored vehicles to withstand, quote, ballistic firearms, mines, nuclear, biological, and chemical environments, end quote. Ask yourself this: why would a university need a weapon like this? Is it to protect you or to protect them? This is why we should be wholeheartedly against any type of campus police interference or UKBA surveillance on our campuses. So, in conclusion, cops off campus, UKBA surveillance off campus, defend education, and support occupations and protests. Thank you.
Hey. Good.
Does anybody else want to say a few words about why they're supporting this campaign?